Hi, my name is Casey Ferreira, and I'm doing a bibliography on Crohn's disease. Crohn's disease is a chronic inflammatory condition that primarily affects the digestive tract, causing symptoms such as abdominal pain, diarrhea, weight loss, and fatigue. It can affect many parts of the gastrointestinal tract and often involves periods of remission and flare-ups. There are different types of Crohn's disease. Ileocolitis is the inflammation of the lower part of the small intestines and part of the large intestines. Colitis is the inflammation of the colon, also known as the large intestines. Ileitis is the inflammation specifically located in the ileum, which is the final section of the small intestines. Gastroduodenal, gastrointestinal tract that includes the stomach, the gastro, and the first part of the small intestine called the duodenum. Next is jejunitis, is the inflammation specifically affecting the jejunum, which is the middle part of the small intestines. Perianal disease is the inflammation conditions or complications affecting the area around the anus and rectum. It can include conditions such as perianal fistulas, abscess, skin tags, fissures, and inflammation. The current controversies in Crohn's disease are the treatment. In March of 2008, a roundtable discussion was convened by the Inflammatory Bowel Disease Specialist Panel, the BRIDGE, Building Resources and Research in IBD Global Group, which consists of junior faculty gastroenterologists who have undergone advanced fellowship training at IBD referral centers in the United States, Canada, United Kingdom, and Australia. An agenda was formulated to discuss three current controversies in Crohn's disease management, which are role of 5-aminoacylates, biologic combination therapy versus monotherapy, setup therapy versus top-down therapy, or step-up therapy versus top-down therapy for Crohn's disease. Within these different types of Crohn's disease, there's many different treatments, and everybody's different. So it's very important to for you to understand, and for your healthcare provider to understand which kind you have, so that they can direct you to the proper treatment. So these are the things that you're going to be talking to your healthcare provider about your different kinds of treatment, your diet, all kinds of things. Now, my cousin, he had Crohn's disease, and I watched him go through a long process of trying to figure out what was good for him to eat, what treatments he needed. He went through multiple different kinds of treatments and multiple different kinds of diets. And a lot of the times the diets were really important, because if he didn't eat the right thing, he would go through a lot of pain and a lot of flare-ups, and there was all kinds of things that he had to go through to figure out how to get the right treatment and how to get the right diet. In addition to the controversy, there is no one-size-fits-all treatment to a disease like Crohn's, just like there's no one kind of diet. There's also no cure for Crohn's disease. So with that being said, it's really up to the individual to understand their body and how they react to diets and treatments. And it's very important for them to be really transparent with their healthcare provider so they can get the right treatment for their specific kinds of Crohn's disease. Now, there are pros and cons. The pros, the treatments do help with the symptoms. Eating healthy helps with symptoms. The cons are the treatments vary from patient to patient. Eating healthy looks different from patient to patient, and pain is usually the outcome of a failed treatment or diet. I believe that unless you're a personal cook or a chef, you can't really implement a Crohn's safe menu, simply because food affects people differently. Cooking for an individual would be more effective for that one person. For a restaurant to be more Crohn's inclusive will look like what most restaurants do today, which is where they modify a plate according to whatever request the customer has. Based on the information here, we see that there is an importance on the individual to understand how their body processes certain foods. It's also up to the healthcare provider to help an individual understand their particular kind of Crohn's. There is no major impact that Crohn's has on the culinary industry, and the reason why is because everybody is different. It is an individual-based disease, and it is depending on the bacteria in the person's gut. The only course of action that the culinary industry can have in regards to Crohn's is to find out from the individual what their body can and can't process. Hope this presentation helps with understanding your customer with this particular kind of disease and what you can do to keep them in mind. Thanks for watching.